Holy shit, I can't believe that has happened. There's no way that just happened. Martin Fitzwater beat Samson Dauda. Do you know how big of a deal that is? That is massive. Martin came into the prejudging yesterday looking as full, as perfectly peaked as a bodybuilder can peak. He was the best combination that I've seen in recent memory of like just conditioning, but hardness and fullness. Martin was hard, full, and just peeled. Glutes peeled, hams peeled, lower back dug out, cross-striated quads, like he was on. And we know Samson coming off the Olympia, him being quite downsized from the Olympia with that excessive prep of having to do daily saunas. And I don't understand what the mindset was. I mean, like, we talk about coaches a lot. Samson would have benefited from someone who has a bit more experience here. Now, he's been bodybuilding for over like 10 years at this point. So you would kind of think that, okay, well, you know what it takes to win the Olympia. Try to replicate that and not add too much. But he just went all in on it and he just lost his legs, Try really hard coming into the Prague Pro to regain that size. Try really hard to put back on that muscle, which you're not going to put on 20 pounds in 2 weeks, bro. You're not going to do it. Like, he was on the Olympia stage at 280. He won the Olympia last year at 295. This guy was 15 pounds down, and he had an entire year to progress. Like, you were not that far off of conditioning last year to where you need to lose 15 pounds. You were not that far off, bro. You won the show. You won the freaking show. Anyways, he had a lot of work to do. He had a massive amount of room to recover and grow back, and he needed to get the legs back. The legs is the biggest part that's just suffering. He's nowhere near in terms of the leg mass that he had last year. Like, not even close. Coming into the Prague Pro, Martin was looking good. Keone, people said Keone's going to come in here. Keone's the best bodybuilder on the planet. Keone has the best physique on the planet, which I do not agree. Keone has one of the biggest flaws of all time. Although he's really good with the vacuums and everything, his midsection, it leaves a lot to be desired. Like, his ab split is so distracting in terms of when you're looking at the physique. Now, yes, in a vacuum, you don't see it. In a vacuum, you can appreciate him in terms of his structure and his conditioning, but I didn't have Keone win this show. I also didn't have Martin win. I definitely had Samson, because Samson, having the history of former Mr. Olympia, former Arnold Classic champion, like, Martin has come fourth and fifth at the Olympia, never won an Arnold. Obviously, you're going to favor Samson. Samson has to be the better bodybuilder here, but Martin just, it's insane. Samson has not won a show all year. And it's very rare that Samson goes a year without winning a show. I mean, Samson has at least won a show or two every single year for the past, 4 years. Jumping into random shows, winning the Arnold, winning the Olympia. Like, this has been one of Samson's worst competitive years, honestly. Like, yeah, he's had a lot of success, but when you come off of your 2024 look, when you come off of your 2024 victory, when you come off of Arnold Classic champion, the year afterwards, second to Hottie, both at Ohio, both at the UK, but he's still in the mix. He's still kind of on top, going into Olympia, freaking dominating. Like, Samson looked like the clear winner in 2024. Coming into the Arnold, I thought Samson looked pretty good. I do prefer a fuller, bigger Samson. He looks way better when he's big versus chasing conditioning. Derek was just on, man. Like, I think, and you guys know, I don't like Derek. I'm not a fan of the physique. I don't think he should be winning anything. I would rather, the guy is missing biceps. The guy is missing, quads. I don't care the fact that he brought his legs up. His quads are still underwhelming in terms of what I think a Mr. Olympia quad should be like. When Brandon won it, I was like, Brandon doesn't have the best quads, but it still looks good from the side. It looks good from the back. He's still a big freaking dude. He has massive arms. He has the best back on stage. In the freaking shape. And it's not that he doesn't have quads. Like, the quads do flow quite well. But still, Brandon with the undersized legs, man. And now we have Derek. Undersized legs. It's like, Martin, though. Martin, I think right now is probably the best combination of everything on the planet. People say Keone, no, Martin. Martin has the size, the conditioning, this shape, and he's not missing a body part. He's not missing anything. Samson, as far as he's taken his back, he's still missing a back. Derek missing biceps. Hottie, he only has one quad. His other quad for the front is so atrophied, is not even close. Nick, he's missing just structure, shape, quad sweep. He's missing a lot, you know. And then Keone with the abs split down the middle. Like Martin just beat that guy. Martin beat Nick as well at the Olympia. Now Nick was off, but Martin is adding some names to his resume, man. Like he beat Chris Bumstead last year, beat Sean Clarita. This year beating Nick. This year beating Samson, beating Keone. Like he is just stacking it up, and I think there's like no question of who should win the show. There's zero question. Samson looked great. He came back great. He was even better at the finals than he was there in prejudging. He was better here than the Olympia. But Martin was that much more improved. Now, I didn't think they were going to give it to him because it seems like the judges don't like shakeups in bodybuilding often. But when you throw a guy like Martin in the mix, beating former Mr. Olympia Samson Dauda, and when you do that, it just leaves so much excitement for next year. Because if Martin jumps in the Arnold, he's now a contender to win. If Martin jumps to Olympia, it's not just fifth place. He beat the last Olympian before Derek. He beat the guy that beat Derek and also beat Hottie. Not that version of him, but he has the ability to beat him. So the only people ahead of him, based off of placings, would be Derek, Hottie, and Andrew, because all three of those guys beat Samson. But if Martin's beating Samson, that puts Martin at fourth at the Olympia. He's still behind the other guys, but he's not far. I mean, if you put this version of Martin in the Olympia, I mean, for one, I don't think Andrew should have been third. I think, Derek should have been third, Hottie second, Andrew first, but I think Martin is better than a Derek. I think Martin is very comparable to Hottie, at least this version of him. Anyways, what an exciting show. Martin is definitely the guy to look out for in 2026. Samson's on the decline. It's sad to see. He needs to take the rest of the year off, focus on gaining the size back that he lost during his prep, and see if he can retain his title. Because right now, it's just not looking good for Samson. Like 2025 result in 0 wins. Samson has not had a year like this since, 2020? When he was chasing qualifications and chasing 1 win and getting none of it. Like there's a time to where Samson was like top 5 in 5 shows, like placing second and fourth and third and fifth. And Samson is usually winning all of this stuff. So not a good look for Samson, but he needs to go back to the drawing board. Maybe go back to Milos. Honestly, I think that would help him at this point, because what he's doing, it worked last year, but a year later, he's going backwards. And he has a lot of time left to really get more of his physique. So Sad to say I'm a big fan, but it's up to Samson. Go back to the drawing board, like I said, and figure it out, guys. So quick video. Hope you enjoy it. Like, share, comment down below. And if you're not subscribed, make it a thing. Sub to the boy, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.